Today, I'm going to let the AI pick my HTV design. I'm just going to show you what you can generate based on the prompts that you put in. Again, I welcome you to yet another exciting AI journey in your t-shirt designing projects. In my last video, we generated an image that was sublimated onto our HTV RON sublimation for dark fabrics, HTV. That went well. If you haven't seen that, click on the link above to watch it before you watch this, as I walked you through the setup of MidJourney via the Discord vessel. Okay, now the next question we have after that video, and you should have, is, and it's a question that we will answer in today's video, is can you generate an image suitable for use for HTV? That is, can you make it have an image that is maybe monochromatic, maybe one or two colors, has an outline, and it's not maybe a sublimation design, just something very simple that you can use one or two or three colors of your HTV depending on what you have. So the answer to that is yes, and I'm going to show you the necessary online tools you need to get the job done in no time, and we'll see the physical results at the end of the video. If you are returning to the channel, you are officially a part of my family, okay? And you're stuck with me for a lifetime. If you are new, welcome and thanks for tuning in. You should definitely consider doing 4 things for me, okay, to support this channel, and it won't cost you a dime. 1, I want you to like this video once you're done watching it. I want you to comment, give me feedback, what you like, what you don't like. 3rd thing is I want you to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't take a second. You just hit the subscribe button. And finally, I want you to hit the bell for notifications of new tutorials and exciting designs on this channel. All right, so without further ado, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to be using MidJourney through the Discord app. We'll also be using a tool to vectorize the image and convert it to a more usable cut file in Cricut design space. Okay, so today we are in the Discord app through the MidJourney bot. And again, if you have not watched the previous video, go ahead and go to my channel, go to the videos. It's the most recent upload before this, and you could watch exactly how to set it up, get your Discord account and also your MidJourney account, and then you should be able to communicate with the MidJourney bot directly in the Discord app. So let's get started. First, we want to go ahead and change our settings, because I don't want a super updated image. I wanted something that didn't have too much detail. So right now we are currently in version 5.2. I am going to switch versions. So the first thing I want to do is I want to hit /settings, and I could hit the tab button and hit enter. Once you go to enter, it shows all your variables and your settings. Okay, it says use the latest mode 5.2. I'm going to switch that with the drop down menu to version 5.1. My stylize is very high. I'm going to go to stylize low, and everything is set. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to click on dismiss this message. All right, so let's go ahead and start our prompts by hitting our /imagine, hitting tab. Now it's ready for our prompt. Okay, and for our prompt, we're going to type simple hand-drawn black and white flat line of the Terminator on black background, and I'm going to hit enter and see what that generates. Okay, and now we are done, and these are the 4 images it's generated. As you can see, this is just one color. If you have a black t-shirt, you could just lay this down with white vinyl and you'll be all set. You don't have to waste too much vinyl. This one is a little more intricate, and so are these 2 on the bottom, but I'm really feeling these 2 on the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to upscale my image 1 and image 2, of course, by clicking on U1 and U2. So I'm going to click out of this, and I'm going to click on U1 and U2, which I've already clicked, and my upscaled image is this one right here. Okay, and my cyborg here. So I'm going to make a t-shirt that's going to have maybe one image on the front and another image on the back. Okay, so this is what we're working with. What we want to do at this point is, once this image is upscaled, you can either open in browser, right click and save your image to your downloads folder or wherever your folder is accessible, or you can go to your MidJourney account and all your uploads will be saved as a gallery. Okay, so let's go ahead and open in browser. Okay, at this point you have your image here. You want to right click on that image and you want to save image as, okay, and it's going to my downloads folder, and I'm fine with that. I'm just going to click on save, and I'm going to exit out of this. Okay, click out of this, click on the cyborg next, open in browser. Okay, I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to save the image as. It's going to my downloads folder. I'm fine with that. I'm just going to hit save. Once you save the images from MidJourney, whether you download it from your MidJourney account or you do exactly what I did where you right click the image and save it as on your downloads folder, it is saved as a PNG. So what we want to do, and this is also something important to do if you want to make your image scalable. What I mean by scalable is such that if you want to print your image not on a t-shirt, maybe something large, you should be able to scale it and increase the size and not have it lose quality by pixelating, and that's what happens with JPEG and PNG images. Now the way to prevent that from happening is to make it a vectorizable file or a scalable vector graphics file, an SVG file. So you can either convert it, which is kind of dirty, it leaves some marks. You can go to png to svg.com, which I've done in previous videos. An online tool that I found that is free for you to use is called vectorizer.ai. Okay, hit enter. Now this enables you to drag and drop your image, and it allows you to vectorize one image at a time. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's grab our first image in our downloads folder and let's drag it here of Arnold. And it's doing Sting, it's uploading, processing, it's going to fetch, and it's going to show you the difference. And if you see, if I zoom in, you can see the difference in images. As you can see, when you zoom in, that's pixelated and that is not. So that's why it's important for you to vectorize so you can scale. In this case, it's t-shirt. That's okay. I do want to convert it to an SVG because that's the way Cricut reads it as a cuttable file. So the next thing I want to do is I want to hit the download button right here on the top left hand corner. Okay, now the only thing I would change here is if it gives you shape stacking, place shapes in cutouts and shapes below, you want to click on stack shapes on top of each other, and you want to hit the download button right on the bottom. That's good to go. Once that's downloaded, we want to go ahead and do the same thing for the second image. Drag and drop the cyborg part of Terminator. We want to go ahead and vectorize that as well. Okay, now again, I'm going to zoom in so you can see the difference. Okay, you can see that one is clearer than the other no matter what, even if you zoom in. See that? That's pixelating. These are each pixel in that image, and that does not, because it's a mathematical vectorization formula. Okay, so again, I want to click on download on the top, and I'm going to make sure I'm stack shapes on top of each other. And when that's good, I'm going to click on the download button on the bottom here, and it's going to have both my downloads converted to an SVG, scalable vector graphic files. Now what we want to do is we are going to make edits and changes. We're going to add text to those images in Cricut Design Space. So let's go ahead. Okay, so now we are at a blank page of blank canvas of our Cricut Design Space. Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and upload those images that were converted to SVG by clicking on the upload button on the bottom left hand corner right here above monogram. Okay, once you click that, it gives you another option to add it to one of these tiles here by clicking on the upload image button over here. Now we want to drag and drop. We can click on browse. We want to go ahead and grab the SVG files that we have vectorized on vectorizer.ai, and let's go to our downloads folder, and these are the two PNG images on here. Both this and this is a PNG, and we have the SVG of Arnold and the SVG of the cyborg, and we want to go ahead and click on open, as you can only take one image at a time. I've tried both images or two or three images at once and it does not work. So here's what we are going to do. Now it gives us the cut image file. We want to go ahead and click on upload in the bottom right hand corner. It should show us as a tile. Okay, it should give us an option for the tile, and here it is. You click on that one tile and you go to the bottom right hand corner and click on add to canvas. Once you do that, it should bring the image over in the middle of the canvas with the layers tab on the right hand side. Now it's giving me an error message, and let's see what it is. Not supported by Explorer 3, image too large, reduce image size to 11.7 inches by 144 inches or less. Okay, so right now our image size is at 14.222 by 14.222. It's a perfect square. So what we want to do is let's bring that down to, let's bring it down to an 11.5 and keep our aspect ratio on and hit enter, and it should automatically change the height. My aspect ratio is locked and I changed just the width. So now we have a perfect square. Now let's go ahead and look for this background, because we want to go ahead and take this background out, and let's see what here represents this background. And here it is. Let's go ahead and turn that off and let's see what happens. Okay, looking good. We've turned that off. Now you have one of two things to do. If you want to see what this will look like on your black t-shirt, what you want to do is you could turn this whole canvas. First of all, let me just turn the grid lines off by clicking on the top left hand corner, and that should turn off your grid lines. So this is exactly what you're going to have. I can turn this whole canvas to black by clicking on the bottom right hand corner right here where it says blank canvas, and there's a color button here. You want to hit that and you want to click on black, and that shows you what this image will look like on white, with white vinyl on black, on a black t-shirt. So that looks good. It looks very, very good to me, but I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna leave as is. Let's go ahead and import the next image, and before I do that, let me just turn this, actually I'm gonna leave it as black. Let's go ahead and upload the next image. Okay, I'm going to go to upload image, and I'm going to browse, and I need to bring in the cyborg, which is in my downloads folder, SVG. Make sure not PNG, because it'll do a print and cut. But let's go ahead and click on the SVG version and hit open. It should bring it up. Okay, here's our image. We want to go ahead and click on upload on the bottom right hand corner, and it will make it as, or include it as one of the tiles in your previous projects. We want to go ahead and identify what tile you need to bring in. Click on that and hit add to canvas on the bottom right hand corner, and it should bring it to the top left hand corner of your Cricut design space. For some reason it brought my grids back, but that's fine. Okay, here's our image. Let's bring it over here. I'm sure that's a little too large, and it also is 14.222. So it looks like the aspect ratio when I generated that image was probably a 1:1 ratio. You can always, again, at the end of each image prompt in MidJourney or in your Discord app, at the end of it, you can type in a --AR, which is aspect ratio with a space, and then you put whatever aspect ratio you want. If it's 16:9, you just put 16:9. If it's a 9:16, if it's a 3:4, 5:7, whatever you have. Okay, let's click on our image and let's make sure our aspect ratio is locked. Type in 11.5 and hit enter. Okay, now we have our cyborg, and let us go ahead and look for the background part of this cyborg, and I believe it is look for where this background is, so we can either delete or turn off. Okay, and I see the background image. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. I'm going to turn it off. I am going to turn my grid lines off. All right, now we have both our images for our t-shirt design. As you can see, this is just one color. If you have a black t-shirt, you just use white vinyl and you'll be good to go on this end. This looks like one color. You can use one color, but it's two colors, I would say, or three if you want to be that technical, and you have the vinyl available. There's a white here, there's a lighter gray and a darker gray for the shaded regions of his skeletal cyborg looking face. All right, I think I may have some gray vinyl, so I should be able to do at least two colors. Everything you see in black doesn't have to be done because it's a black t-shirt. Unless you were doing this on a different color t-shirt, then you would need your black vinyl, your white vinyl, your gray vinyl, and so on and so forth. And let's not forget the pinkish looking eyes, or orange, or the glowing cyborg eyes that he has here. So this is not going to take that much vinyl, and this is perfect, just the way we need it. All right, and let's go ahead and turn the canvas to white. Okay, let's just pick white to see. Okay, let's see. Now this image does have some blacks in it. Actually, just to save time, what we're going to do is I'm not going to delete all the blacks. If it does have a black matte prepared, I just don't, I won't cut any black vinyl. Okay, and it does have some black here as well. I'm going to go ahead and hit the delete. Double click on that black and hit delete. Double click on the black here and hit delete. Okay, so I'm going to leave the rest as is. Okay, so this was 11.5 by 11.5. Obviously, since I took the background out, it changed the dimensions because the background is no longer there to 7.5. So I can adjust just this image alone. Let's go ahead and give it a, again, let's do an 11. All right, and I'm going to hit enter. And it automatically resizes my image to 13.88, which is good. I do like larger designs, so I'm going to cut this on my 12 by 24 mat, and it should be good to go. And let's go ahead and do the same thing for this Terminator cyborg. Let's go ahead and keep the aspect ratio locked and give it an 11 and hit enter, and it should adjust the height accordingly. Let us go ahead and round that up to 14, but I'm going to have to unlock the aspect ratio so it doesn't adjust the width, because I'm fine with the width of 11. Let's go ahead and make this a 14 and hit enter. Let's see, do I even like the way that looks? No, I don't. Let's go ahead and make that a 13.5 and hit enter. Okay, it's not as elongated as it was before, and I think I do like the way that looks, so I'm good to go with that. Let's go ahead and adjust this one. We've taken out the background, we sourced out the background layer, and we're able to hide it by clicking on the eyeball icon, and that hides the exact layer that you don't want cut out. Okay, and I think that looks a little better. Let's go ahead and I like the Arnold, and let's see if we can make this. Let's do this at 11.5 just to make it just a tad bigger than it was. Okay, so all right, that's pretty decent. I don't want it elongated from top to bottom, and we have a pretty decent image that's almost, or I would say approximately the same size, but you know, Arnold's got a lot of hair, so that's fine. It's almost the same size without the hair. So we are good to go here. All right, so let's go to the layer. Since I have that selected, I'm going to go ahead and click on my combine, and I'm going to go to unite. And what that's going to do is if I go to make it, it should be on manageable mats. And let's go ahead and do that to Arnold as well. When you have him highlighted, you go ahead and click on the combine and you click on unite. Okay, so at this point we have both our images. One is going to be in the front and one is going to be in the back. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to, before we go ahead and make it, we want to go ahead and add some text. Okay, and this just came to mind. I had no idea what I was doing the shirt for, but I am going to make this shirt for myself. Some of you may not know that I've been dancing salsa since 2011, so that's about 12 years, and I just wanted to make this a funny salsa t-shirt. There are two forms or two ways to dance to the beat of salsa: salsa on 1 and salsa on 2. So I'm going to put salsa on 1 here and salsa on 2 here, and let us go ahead and pick a text by clicking on the text icon right in the left hand corner. It should display a box with the last text that was used. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to turn that to white by highlighting my text box and going to my operations menu and clicking on my white. Okay, now let's go ahead and drag this down here, and we want to change this font. I don't know that I want a bold type font. As you can tell, this is more of an outlined image, so I don't want my text to be filled in. I do also want an outlined text so it doesn't drown out. I want them evenly weighted is what I'm trying to say. So if this is a block text and this is kind of like an outline, the text will drown out. You don't want your text to drown out your image, and vice versa. So let's go ahead and highlight this by double clicking on our text box, and let's look for a font that is befitting. So we have a Cricut font. Let's go to the system fonts, because some of these are fonts that I have imported from outside of Cricut. Some of them I've bookmarked. Let us look for one that I think may be appropriate. It's gemstone, and it's the gemstone outline. Let's click on that, and I do like the way that looks. Hopefully that cuts out properly. There's no problems due to the overlap. Let's go ahead and make that text white, since that's not white. Click on white, and you have your outline. All right, let's go and type salsa on 1. Okay, and let's reduce that image size. Let's keep the aspect ratio on, and let's give it at 11.5. That way it's the same width as my image, and let's just drag that up. Place that right about here. Let's line that up by highlighting both, the line button, and we want to center horizontally. Okay, now that we have that, let's go ahead and highlight this. Hold down your Option key or your Alt key and drag to duplicate, and put salsa on 2. Okay, for you salsa lovers, you'll understand what I mean. I started learning, I learned how to dance salsa on 1, which is on the 1 beat, and then eventually I learned how to dance on the 2nd beat, which is a different style. Okay, let's go ahead and line this up. Want to highlight that, want to go to Align, and we want to center horizontally. This is going to be in the front, and then this cyborg image is going to be in the back, and then on the bottom of the back I'm going to have the, let's just drag this. Hold down my Option and drag it. Double click on it until you see your text box highlighted, and I'm going to say I'm programmed. Okay. Hold down my Option key and drag to rock the, hold on my Option key and drag, and double click and say dance floor. Okay, I'm not going to put programmed. Let's just make this wired, because I don't want it too wordy. I'm going to say I'm wired. Okay, it's going to say salsa on 2, and this is 3.11.5 and 3. Let's go ahead and make that 3 flat. 3, enter, and let's do the same for this. 11.5 by 3, and 11.5 by 3. Hit enter. Alright, this is what it's going to look like. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, because that is not going to be white. I am going to make that, say, the same color as the pupil or the glowing eye. This reddish hint is what I'm going to make it. Let me see if I can duplicate that by clicking on our basic operation colors. We have material color right here, and we click on that, and that does the trick. So the front of the shirt is going to say salsa on 1 with Arnold Schwarzenegger's image on it, and then the back of the shirt is going to say salsa on 2, and it's going to say I am wired to rock the dance floor. Alright, so the next thing we want to do, alright, so we are good to go. Now let's go ahead and click on make it in the top right hand corner. Okay, so it says how would you load all your materials for this project. Of course you want to do it on the mat. Verify your mat size, 12 by 24. You want to go ahead and click on confirm. Alright, so now you have our Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger on the first mat, which is, this is going to be all my whites. I'm going to go ahead and mirror that because we're laying this down onto a t-shirt, so it needs to be flipped. And let's go to our next mat, which is the gray. This is all our grays that we need to cut. We need to mirror this as well. Do not forget to do that. Okay, let's go to our next mat, which is our cyborg version of the Terminator, and this is our white. We want to go ahead and mirror that. Okay, and our last but not the least, dance floor. It doesn't matter what order they're in, I'm going to still cut them out and lay them exactly how I need them to lay. And now don't forget to mirror and click on continue. At this point it's making an attempt to connect to my Cricut Explore 3 via Bluetooth. Okay, Since this is regular vinyl, we want to click on everyday iron-on and default pressure. Okay, so we're done with that. Now it's sent to the Cricut Explorer. We're going to go to the other camera and cut out our designs and get it weeded and t-shirt prepped and placed. Let's go. Alright, so now that I have my designs all weeded out and ready, time for t-shirt prep. Got my lint roller on my black Bella Canvas t-shirt, size large, for myself. And for those of you who have paid attention throughout my journey, those of you who have been paying attention know that usually when I make shirts for myself, I usually make extra large. But today I'm making a large, and the reason is because, like I promised, I was going to lose weight, so I've lost over 30 pounds. So I dropped the size. I am now a large. Okay? So congratulate me in the comment section, alright guys? Not an easy task. If you want to know how I did it, maybe that'll be another video. But losing weight is not an easy process. It's a change of lifestyle. And when they say diet and exercise, they really mean diet and exercise, but it starts diet. It starts in what you consume on a daily basis. If you change that, then the weight loss starts. Then you hit the gym, hit that treadmill for the cardio, elliptical machine, weight training. See, I was more interested in the cardio than the weight training, so. The Terminator. Alright, it's a big design. But I likes it like that. I likes it that. And that was 11 seconds. Look at that easy peel. Look at that, guys. Wow. Very nice. I like it. Do you like it too? Thank you, my peoples. If you like it, leave a comment. If you like it, my peoples, make sure you leave a comment and say you like it.
and put a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes. Okay, design is not over yet. So let's say salsa on 1. Let's find the center of that. Those who know will know. If you're a salsa dancer, you'll understand. Yeah, it's gonna go right up here. Ten seconds for that. All right, big design, guys. Big design, just like I like it. Big design. It says salsa on 1. All right, time for the back. Time for the back. I got my design, I got my center line still showing from the crease I made at the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna go right ahead and put the sideboard down. Let's get the center of this sideboard. Okay, now just to adhere to the surface, I want to lay this down for about, let's do 7 seconds. Okay. Okay, lay it down that way I don't have shrinkage, because if I lay it down for a little longer than that, it'll shrink and I won't be able to line the silver or gray parts. Okay, so let's go ahead and line that up now. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do this one for... That was 11 seconds. Okay, not necessarily a cold pill, but you know, that'll do the trick. That gives it a little bit of depth to that image. First one was kind of flat, two-dimensional. This one kind of has some shading to it. That's what this silver does, so it gives it a little bit more depth. Okay, looking good. Let's go ahead and put the salsa on 2 in the back of this one. Seconds. And that orange in the eye is going to bring out the last letter. This is a big design, like I said. And I'm a big boy that likes big designs. Let's see how I'm gonna make this work. I'm wired to rock the dance floor. Okay, let's put that placement just like that. Go ahead and do that about 10 seconds. I am wired to rock the dance floor. All right, those who know will know. That statement is not a lie. I kill it on the dance floor on a regular. Don't sleep on my skills. All right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a boom. AI generated images. Can you fathom? Can you believe it? Oh, better believe it. Okay. All right, switch cameras and I'll show you close up. Let's go. All right, here it is, guys. Final product. There's the front of the shirt. That's Arnold. And it says salsa on one. And here is the back of the shirt with Arnold's cyborg character. This is what's in him. And I put that as salsa on two because I prefer to dance salsa on two on the second beat. And it says I'm wired to rock the dance floor, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. All right, this is kind of like a black and white image, monochromatic. Okay, so you can generate these kind of images. All right, and again, I'm going to put the prompt in the link in the description and useful and important links that I've used along the process. Okay, once I put the link in the description, you should be able to generate similar images for your HTV design.